Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM, you're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Local to Me. We are here today, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So I know you guys are used to me hosting and talking about all kinds of great things and talking to other businesses in our area and, you know, about what they do and what kind of value they bring to our community. But today I have the fabulous Jess Chattin.
Hey,
Jess Chattin, virtual assistant, here with us. And she came up with this idea a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was a really great idea, where she's actually going to be our host today, and she is going to be talking with the Central Virginia Business Coalition. So myself, and we also have our Director of Membership, Andrea, here.
hello.
And then we have Autumn Myers, our assistant to events and membership as well. And so she's going to be chatting with us about what we do, about what we do and how we help the community. And, you know, heck, if you're a business owner that's been out there listening to us and you haven't joined the CVABC and you've been kind of on the fence and you're thinking, why should I do that? Or, you know, maybe you just want to, I don't know what I'm going to say today because you never know what comes out of my mouth. We're not going back to like childhood. Or what are we talking about?
I mean, if we want to know where you were born.
I mean, I got that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm tell you what, I'm not afraid to say pretty much nothing. I'm an open book for the most part. I think most people know me. I don't worry about embarrassing myself, because if you're laughing at me, you're leaving other people alone. And I have no qualms about any of that.
Absolutely.
So, and then we're also going to be joined today around the 12:30 mark with one of Jess's clients, and that is it's Jen
Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know who Jen Hamilton is, then you should probably get on TikTok, right?
Yep. She also started an organization across the country called the Hot Mess Express.
Yes. And I was looking on that earlier today, and I was thinking to myself, I am definitely a hot mess, and I need to look more into. I followed and liked the page, the Hot Mess Express, and I'm going to be at home trying to clean up some this past weekend, you know, because my life is so busy. I'm never at home. My husband refers to it as my motel room. But yeah, so I think that's going to be great to talk to her about that, and also why she uses a virtual assistant.
Yeah, absolutely. Very beneficial.
So with that being said, I am turning this over to Jess.
Woohoo. I've always wanted a microphone. Oh my gosh, I finally have one.
Oh.
Speaking of microphone,
I
heard a rumor that you were like a singer when you were little.
Stop.
Let's ask Jess Chattin.
I heard that as well. Well, from Andrea. She told me.
I used to be a really good singer and got accepted into a singing high school with my own plans to sing big one day. And I think God was like, we're closing that down. We're shutting that train down.
You could have been like the Britney Spears.
The Britney Spears of today.
Yes.
And then I just gave up singing. And I was like, okay, God, let's do this. Where you want me?
I think you'll still come sing and
I sing at church.
There you go.
I feel like that commercial. Have you seen that commercial with Shaquille? Like when he's in the shower and he's singing and like he's singing really good in the shower, but then when he gets out of the shower, he's horrible.
Yes.
Okay, so that's me. Like I'm straight up like I'm jamming and singing all my favorite songs, and then you know the water turns off and you step outside and then you're like, oh yeah, nope.
But what's so crazy is
stop.
like I married a man who is an amazing singer.
Oh.
Literally wrote a song for me at our wedding.
Wow.
And sang it, guitar and everything.
That's cool. That is cool.
Amazing. Yeah. Lots of secrets.
Ooh.
Good secrets.
Okay,
Okay,
another podcast.
let's get started. How about we get started?
Yes.
All right. So, so CVABC, and what does that stand for?
So the CVABC is the Central Virginia Business Coalition, which can be a mouthful when you're trying to say that. And so we shortened it to the CVABC because it was just easier, and it never fails. People leave out some letter when they're talking. It's usually the CVBC. Is what we get called a lot, the CVBC. So don't forget to throw that A in there because that's what stands for the Virginia part, VA. It's the Central Virginia VA. Business Coalition.
It literally took me a hot minute to realize that the A was in the Virginia.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, and the reason being was, I think at first we were going to try and go with CVBC, but when it came down to, when you have to go online and get your website and, your domain and everything, that was already taken. So we had to throw that A in there, which I've joked before on here. And, in talking to people, I'm like, the easiest way to remember it is Central Virginia. So CV. And then ABC store.
Yeah.
Never fails. People remember you after that.
Store.
Yeah. I mean, it never fails. People remember after that because who doesn't think about the ABC store every now and then? I mean,
Right.
there's some people, but,
Okay.
so it just kind of, then it just rolls out, oh, CVABC.
Yeah.
So there.
So when I first came to the CVABC.
See, look. Let's see. And not to be confused with the CVCC.
Oh my
Any of
word!
those
I
other-
need a restart today. I
need
have
some
such a
ABC.
big day. Yeah.
We don't like this. Those clapboards where you go, okay, take two.
Yes, clapboard, take two. Okay. So when I came to my very first event with the CVABC, it was a luncheon.
Yes.
And I was just coming here. Like Alicia Smith, shout out, gave me her ticket, and she said it was the very beginning of my business career. And she said, you need to go to this event. And I said, I would love to. And I had no idea. Even I remember Heather shouting out, where's Alicia Smith? And I was like,
Right.
here I am.
And I was like, that's not Alicia, but okay.
So talk to me about some of the events that you guys hold.
So I'll talk about a few, and then I'll turn a couple of them over to Autumn because Autumn is our events assistant, and she has been volunteering with us for years on some of our events, but then also now she's actually staff. We decided to pay her. So
Well, why don't we start off by introducing yourselves?
Yeah, let's do that.
go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let's start with Heather.
Well, okay. For those of you who haven't listened for the last year, if you're new to the channel today, I'm Heather Alto. I am the executive director of the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And, I'll just say, I say executive director, and you're going to hear the others have a title to their names, but in all sense of the word, we're a team. I kind of hate throwing out the titles because I don't feel like any of us are any more important than the other because we all serve a purpose. But yeah, technically that's who I am. Long story about my name. So there you go.
Yeah. And then we have Autumn.
Yes, I'm Autumn Myers. I'm the events and membership assistant and the newly paid volunteer.
Yes.
So got an upgrade.
Woohoo. And what do you do? What is your
Just about everything.
Well,
and
say
anything.
yeah, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So I help with the events. I help with membership. I'm also trying to help get our social media off the ground. So
She's kind of the right
basically-
hand to every one of us in a way.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
anything
If
I
you
don't
need
want to do, I'm like,
something,
here's Autumn.
yeah,
Where's Autumn?
Let me know.
yeah. Just let me know.
Great. All right, and we have Andrea in the house.
Yes.
Whoop whoop.
Yes, I am Andrea Plunkett, and I am the membership director and new membership director, and I am do everything with membership. So I'm trying to bug people to join us and just tell them how amazing we are and to be a part of us and to help our members use all their incredible benefits.
Yeah. So what kind of experience have you had so far? Like, what is your interaction with the potential clients that we have?
Not sure I can talk about that on the air. No, just kidding.
I'm like, whoa.
No, everybody, our members are amazing and incredible. And then people that I talk to about what we do and how affordable we are, they are just kind of floored that they get all these incredible benefits and networking opportunities at such a reasonable price for small business people that really are watching their budgets.
And I think the great thing about having Andrea on board now, up until a few months ago, I was kind of working solo in a way with Autumn as, again, kind of my right hand. But, Andrea has her own small business. And so she's been a member of the CVABC for a couple of years. So I think having that kind of background worked really well, bringing her on as our membership director, because it's one thing to have someone just come off the street. You hire someone that you think has They have on paper, they look great, but I think for us, it's more about experience with business, the relationships that we build. And because she already had all that prior knowledge, it definitely shows when she talks to businesses, because it's not just hearsay. She knows.
I think it was really strategic with that going down, because you three are like, it shows like you're a team, and it really exemplifies in the community, in each of the businesses, and everything. And so kudos to you three for making it happen.
Yes. And I will also mention, and she couldn't be here with us today, we do have our director of events, our new, she's been here for less than a month right now, Danielle Oots, and she was on the show a few weeks ago with us. And, so she's kind of getting settled in and learning the ropes and the things that we do. And, it's a learning process. And of course we kind of thrown her into like, here's a bajillion events getting ready to come on. But, I think that has kind of put together a really solid team.
Right. And I meant to say the three that were here today.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I didn't want her to think we didn't love her.
Hello,
she
Danielle.
Couldn't be
We
here
love
today.
you.
Yes.
Let's get started with like events. That has been mentioned a couple times today already. So what kind of events do you have for businesses and community?
What kind of events do we not do?
That's the question of the day.
The funny thing too, I think about us is we have events that we do, but we're constantly trying to put new things in place. And it's a lot because what we have events for the community, we have events for business. And so we want to make sure we're well-rounded in what we do. And so, coming up, we have, our putt-putt tournament is our, the next thing we have kind of on our schedule, which is going to be on Tuesday, April the 26th, I believe, at Putt Putt in Lynchburg. And this is one of those events that it's community minded because anyone can come out and play. It can be groups of, business associates. It can be family. It can be friends. It can be you and your kids. But the money goes back into the community as far as education goes. And we wanted to, bring something back where we were serving the education, and it's more about trade education because we have a lot of service providers that are members that do things, and they're constantly looking for help. They're constantly looking for employees. And so being able to offer those that are not looking to go to a 4-year college and scholarships that can get them to where they're going, especially with the Build Smart Institute. You brought up Alicia, and that's who we help to put that scholarship out to, because they do a phenomenal job at the Build Smart Institute in training those looking to go into those construction fields.
And speaking of Alicia and Build Smart Institute, Rising Star Award. Hello.
Yes, they did.
Congratulations.
They won the Rising Star Award. I'm sorry, Woody. I hope you aren't feeling like this. Woody was nominated.
Okay.
But...
Whoa, Woody, I was nominated too. I was like, my dreams are crushed.
It's an honor to be nominated.
It's an
Yes, it
honor.
is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
some of us
Whoa.
are.
As he cuts off our mics. And
Did we say we were doing this podcast
So-
after here?
Yeah, right. So, but then our Empower seminar is getting ready to come up,
And what is that?
that is probably my favorite event, or one of my favorite events we do all year. I will say it's kind of my baby. I started it 4 years ago, and it is a full day seminar for women in our area that want to come and learn about how to better themselves, whether it's leadership, whether they just need to come out and just need something uplifting. They need to be around other women that are encouraging, and showing them love, and showing how as business owners, we can work together. We can be in a room full of 150 women, and those women can all find something common ground that they can, focus on and better themselves. And so, when we started this event, we had maybe 30 women participate. This past year, we had close to 150 women. Tickets are on sale right now, and we're close to hitting the 100 mark already.
Wow.
And we have some fabulous speakers. We're starting to kind of roll those out. We've already unveiled that one of our main speakers, our breakout speakers, is going to be Carrie Wright with Chick-fil-A. She's been on the show with us before.
Whoop, whoop.
She's also a business mentor and coach, and so she brings a lot of value. We also have LaShonda Brown Delavic. She's coming in. If you haven't seen or heard some of the things that she does. She speaks throughout the country. So she's from here, but she goes all over. And then we have Bonnie Chavez with Building Beloved Communities. She'll be coming to speak. And then we have Michelle Chapin that will be speaking. Is Chapin? I'm trying to think. I think Cabell. I'm sorry. I knew it started with a C. I don't know why I was thinking Chapin. Cabell. Yes, Michelle Cabell. And she's going to be speaking too. She's another business coach in our area. And then, of course, our keynote speaker is going to be coming in from West Virginia, and that is going to be Angela Lynch. I'm sorry. I got to go home. Jessica Lynch. Angela Lynch is her sister-in-law for anyone who doesn't know Angela in our area.
I was like, Angela Lynch, she used to be a reporter.
I'm sorry. Yes, and she's and a very good one at that.
Yes, she is.
And so no, Jessica Lynch is coming in, and kudos to Angela because she helped me with that. But yes, she is a former American soldier who was a prisoner of war in Iraq or Kuwait. when her convoy got hit. And she was rescued by the Navy SEALs, and they came in, and I think a lot of that happened live. People were watching it happen. But she's going to be coming and talking about, that piece of her life, where she's come from there, how she built herself up from that. And I think it's going to be very, very strong, a very, very, very strong message to the women that are attending this event. And while it sounds like I have no clue what I'm talking about because I'm messing everybody's name up, a lot of work has been put into bringing this event together. We also give out the Athena Award, and the Athena Award is not a small award. It is an international award. It is given out to women. It has been given out to Nobel Peace Prize winners. It has been given out all over to just phenomenal women that show leadership, mentorship, community service. And, those nominations are currently open. And if you want a nomination form, you can get that from us. You can contact me, Heather at CVABC.org, or you can go to our website and click on I want more information, and it'll come across. But that's going to be on May 19th, and tickets right now are $99. That is a phenomenal rate to see 5 actually great speakers. It includes breakfast, it includes lunch, but the price does go up to $125 on April the 20th. So you need to get your tickets pretty quickly.
Yeah, awesome.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All the so I love that. Like,
me too.
You empower women, and that just says a lot about the organization in itself. For women in business. There are challenges still that we face today, and to have a group here local that supports women in business, and men too, I think it's just amazing. So kudos to you guys for all your hard work that you put into this.
And then I'll let Autumn really quickly talk about Battle of the Bands that's going to be coming up in August, and Centerfest really quickly. Those are 2 big events for us in the latter part of the year.
Yeah, so we have Battle of the Bands. It is our 4th annual, and that'll be on August 20th from 5 to 9. It's a free community event. We have anywhere from 3 to 4 bands that will come out, battle it out for a grand prize. We also have vendors, food trucks. We also have a cruise-in that goes along with that. So it's just a fun day. Or I guess night, technically.
What's a cruise-in?
It's like a car show.
Oh, cool! I thought we were gonna go on a boat and go.
No,
cruising.
I mean we can. On Liberty Lake Park, like the lake. Yes. But it's not gonna be very far.
Can bands still register?
Yes, we still have a few openings for bands.
Are these gonna be local judges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And we have some great
food
bands.
trucks, right?
Yeah, food trucks.
We've already gotten some really good bands that have sent in, because basically what they do is they send us in kind of either a tape or let us know like a YouTube that we can go in and listen to their work.
Yeah.
Because we do try and make sure that we have a variety of different types of bands, so that, you don't just have 3 country, and because we want the people coming to have, hear things that are all, kind of encompassing all the different musical genres.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's free. It's free to the community. So if you're not there, I'm not sure why. You're not.
And I mean, we also have Beals there as well. So,
and are there any stipulations to the bands winning? I know there was a couple questions. do they need to raise a certain amount of money to win or do anything other than sing?
Nope. They just need to be
just come out,
better than the others.
play, and
And then they can win.
yeah.
All right, awesome.
But yeah, and then we have Centerfest. It's the 41st annual Centerfest. We haven't been hosting it for that long, but that will be going on September 24th, and that is from 10 to 6. So full day of just a lot of fun.
Vendors.
Yeah, vendors, food trucks. We have
Kids
Kids
zone.
zone. Yeah, with bounce houses.
Great music.
Yep. We'll have multiple bands out there. We'll also have, our food truck roundup down the farmer's market. So multiple food trucks. We'll have, a beer truck because, adults are coming too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
And
support everybody.
yeah, gotta give a little bit to everybody. So it's just a day to support all of our local artisans, crafters, the town of Bedford, and
Okay. Yeah.
shout out to everybody.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. So let's kick it over to Andrea.
Oh boy.
Andrea, so talk to me about new entrepreneurs and businesses wanting to join the CVABC.
Why they should join the CVABC?
Yes.
So when you're starting out, like Heather said, I have a business, a singing telegram business, and when you're starting out, yeah, you could come sing. You can come sing with me.
Maybe I gave that up. Remember?
I mean, hey, she dressed up like clowns and stuff. You
Yeah.
can definitely be in the background
There you
dancing.
go.
And
Yes. I'll do it.
Yes. But when I started my business, I didn't start out with a lot of money behind me, and I needed to be able to, network with people and kind of figure out, how to get into the community. And so being a part of the CVABC was a huge opportunity for me to really get to know a lot of people in town. So for small business, that is one of the best benefits is we have our monthly networking coffee talks that we do that are open to everybody. It's a great way to get to know people, pass out your business card. I mean, if you're going to buy 500 business cards, you need to give them out to people, right?
Yeah.
So, but, being a part of Centerfest, being a part of the Empower, all the different things that we do, like the podcast, the radio, digital billboard, there's just so many ways to be able to promote that we can help you promote yourself, but also the networking. That is what I love, is seeing members helping members, getting together, supporting our nonprofits, getting together and supporting each other with what what we do and what we love. And I think that's incredible.
Yeah. And so what are the top 3 benefits of all the benefits? What are the top 3 benefits of being a CVABC member?
Well, of course, there's us.
Woohoo.
I mean, that's a big benefit.
I was just going to say.
I'm pretty sure we're pretty amazing.
Y'all
but-
are
We're
like
the top.
y'all are like the hub.
That's right.
The business hub.
That's right.
That's right. I would say, I think definitely the marketing that we do and the way that we help promote our businesses with, like I said, we have the podcast, we have the radio show, we have the digital billboard, we have all those things that are you're able to be a part of. And then I really, it is the networking and being able to just get to know people that if you're not from Lynchburg and you didn't grow up here, getting to know people in business and just learning the ins and outs, that's where all that member to member help really makes a
I know
difference.
it can be hard when you're not
Yes.
from around here, and
Oh,
so I
yeah.
feel like we definitely try to get you out there.
Yeah, we've had some new members that have just come into town in the last year or so, and they've really got to make connections with small business people, even realtors trying to find a place
Yes.
to live. I mean, you have a question, we're going to help you figure it out and
Yep.
figure out how to make it work for you. So,
Our doors are always open.
Yes. And I mean, and I think the like things like this, like the podcast where we bring our members on and talk to them and get their voice heard, that's a big thing because we, it's, and I think we found out, especially during COVID, that when a business has issues or shut down, marketing, budgeting, stuff like that it's the first thing to go is their advertising, which is
Yes.
why we're a great arm for that.
Yes.
And I think that's really important.
Yeah.
That people know that we're here for them and they can do it on a budget because we do the co-oping for them.
Right. We have a new business that's she's an organizer. She comes in and helps you organize and clean up your space. And she's been with us maybe since I've been here, so maybe a month or so. And she has made so many business to business connections. She's already helped several of their offices and sorting them out and organizing. And, we have another new business that does kind of like hauls away all the big stuff. Well, they're connecting together and trying to work together so that they can help each other out. So it's really cool to see those connections.
And I think another thing too is a lot of businesses, I get this, and Andrea, I don't know if you've started getting this since you've been here, but a lot of, because they are small, 1, 2, 3 employees, networking kind of scares them. They think, oh, I can't come out and network. And so I don't want businesses to think that just because they can't be at events or they can't network, that is a reason to not join. We do a lot of things to connect you to members where you're not having to be face to face all the time. So whether it's our newsletter where you can just put flyers in there telling people who you are and what you do, whether it's contacting us and saying, hey, I need this referral. Do you know somebody I can work with? Kind of like Andrea was saying with the lady who does the coordinating and then the hauling away.
Right.
Those are great reasons to still be a part of a business coalition like we have, because it gives you all those options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this has been awesome. Like, I love to have been interviewing you guys and getting to know more in depth about who you all are, who you stand for, what you stand for. I think I can say this on behalf of all the members of the CVABC, and we are so grateful and indebted to you guys for all the hard work. I mean, you guys, I just don't even think that some people, or not some, but I don't think people realize just how hard you guys work behind the scenes. Yes. And I want people to know and understand that you guys truly do a lot of hard work.
Yeah, because our business is not just Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You know why? Because your business is not always Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. There are businesses that work through the weekend. They work evenings. And so, when we get those phone calls and those emails that say, hey, we're, we need help, we're always here. Right. So
absolutely.
So I know that we're talking to, about us, but we have your client.
Yeah.
That is on the phone with us now.
Jen Hamilton. She is here.
Hi, Jen. How are you? Hello.
Hi, fantastic.
I am so excited that you were able to call in with us today. I know when Jess said that you were coming to town, I was like, oh, can she come in the studio? But it ended up you weren't coming in until later. But having you be able to call in is just as great. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you having me on.
So I am going to, and I'm sorry, I'm Heather. I know we haven't personally met. I'm just sitting here. I'm the voice you're talking to. But, Jess has been one of our members for a little over a year now, but right at a year. And she's been, doing the virtual assistant thing for a while. And we want to support her. And I know she has actually been working with you for how long has she been working with you, Jen?
So
I don't know. Jess, has it been like 3 months or something? 2 months, 2 or 3 months?
3 or 4 maybe? 2 or 3 somewhere?
Yeah.
3. More than 2, less than 5.
That's so great.
Exactly. Well, we can narrow it down to that.
So before we start getting into like the virtual assistant, Jen, tell us and our listeners, who you are and what you do on a daily besides TikTok, because I know we've been following your TikTok.
Yeah, what a good question. What do I do? I do a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense together. So I accidentally kind of got famous on TikTok. I right now have 1.7 million followers on that platform. And for what reason, I really don't know. I am exceptionally adequate. I really don't do anything that's super awesome, but I'm a mom, a wife, a nurse, and I pride myself on just kind of showing the real parts of all of those things. And I've done some really silly stuff like swaddling chickens. As a labor and delivery nurse, I've got some serious swaddle skills. So that's something that I do. I just really have had a lot of fun being able to, I guess, just kind of show real life as it happens to me, I guess.
Speaking of swaddling skills, my husband has some great swaddle skills. I was telling somebody about this the other day. Our son, when he was first born, he would put him on the end of the couch in like a blanket, and then he'd flip him all the way down the couch until he looked like a burrito.
Nice.
That's how he done. I'll have to send you that. I'll have to send you that video. But I think that's one thing I've noticed is that and maybe that's what draws people to you is that you are real. You're talking about real life things, and you're doing so. Like you said, it's not perfect. And I think that's what people need to see. They don't want to see all the perfection. They want to see what I actually, what we do.
Like we have errors in our life.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely have errors.
Mm-hmm. And that's how probably you and Jess really connected because Jess is very real as well.
She is. She's wonderful.
So, I know some of it too as a labor and delivery. You're a labor and delivery nurse, correct? Is that what we were talking about? Yes. Yep. And you, so you were doing things even like during like COVID time. Is that when you kind of really took off, or was it prior to?
Yeah, so it actually started because my friend Lauren McClure had come over with her husband. We were having dinner together. We've been friends for a long time, and she said, "Are you on TikTok?" And I was like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh, well, it's really just a good time suck. Like once you get on it, you got to know that you're going to be on it for a long, long time." And so after she said that, I almost didn't want to get on it because I was afraid of losing all of my time in it. But I did. And I also did lose all my time in it. But I posted one video just to see what it was like. And, for a while, there wasn't too much that was going on in the way of like views and stuff. And then I remember, I think my very first video that had like over 1,000 views was me making over a desk that I found in my parents' basement. It wasn't silly. It wasn't funny. It was just me spray painting a desk. And I was like, hey, this is cool. Like people are actually seeing this. And then slowly I kind of just let my actual real life awkward personality come out, and people started following me, and it just kind of bloomed from there. But yeah, it did start around the pandemic time because we all needed something to do at the house. So TikTok was definitely that for me.
And it's so cool because everything happens for a reason, and in his perfect time. And during COVID, I lost my job, and I wasn't even upset. I had this thing where I was like, why am I not crying? I am so sensitive. Why am I getting fired and not even crying? I just had this peace about it. And so, and then I started my virtual assistant business, and then during COVID. And so during that time, my sister followed Jen for a very long time, and she was like, "Oh my God, Jen has a job offer for you."
Wow.
And she was like, "Get on TikTok. You need to respond right now." And I think I blew her up several times, right, Jen?
There was only a couple. It's fine. I had several people kind of offer, but I don't know. It's just I saw Jess and I was like, she just seems like a really genuine person. And rather than getting involved with a big company who just wants to add me to their list, it felt like Jess and I really could have a friendship with this. And so I reached out to her, and then she reached out to me, and then I reached out to her back. And then we did a phone call together, a FaceTime call. And I felt that same piece that she's talking about as far as she felt everything was happening for a reason. And it was like from the moment that I kind of let go of the reins of all the stuff that was holding me down, and gave that to Jess, oh my gosh, my life has changed completely.
So where did the Hot Mess Express come from? Like, how did you decide to get that started up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this was last year. It was like June, maybe. There was a mom's group on Facebook that I was a part of. I feel like if you're a mom, you're probably a part of some kind of Facebook group for moms. And it's local to me. And there was a girl who had postpartum depression, and she had 2 children. And she had made a post in the group saying, can anyone give me any good like house cleaning companies that could come out? She said, I can't afford it, but I am so depressed that I can't even begin to make things better for myself because I feel so overwhelmed. And, you know, people were commenting like, oh, you could try this company or this company or this company. And it felt to me like we were missing the point. Like this girl, this was a cry for help for me to read that, you know? So yeah. I had made a separate post and I said, some of you may have seen that post. Oh, and it was anonymous too. So we didn't know who she was. I said, I know that some of y'all saw that post. Is there anyone that would be willing to like go with me and let's just go dig her out? Like there's no reason that in a community of moms that we should allow one of our fellow sisters to be struggling that hard. So the response was phenomenal on that post. Like, yeah, absolutely. Like, why are we not doing this? And I made a post on TikTok about it saying like, hey, this would be cool. And it kind of took off from there. So every month we, at least my local chapter, which by the way, there's almost 200 chapters across the United States since last summer, which is absolutely insane to me. But it kind of just spread like the most beautiful wildfire that you've ever seen. And we were able to, like once a month, go in and we have like nominations that come in. We go into someone's house that we have selected, and we do the things that are overwhelming to her. So dishes, laundry, organization, basic cleaning, getting things washed so that they have like a reset, you know, because your environment has so much to do with your mental health and your outlook. And I also struggle with keeping my house clean. And there's days that I feel overwhelmed, too overwhelmed to even begin. So to have like the community of moms be able to come together, have a great time, because I don't know why, but something about cleaning somebody else's house, way more fun than my own. So I have a great time with all these other ladies. And sometimes they want to stay home with us and they want to help us clean and help us, you know what to do with certain things. And other times we send them away and we give them like a day to them, either to themselves or with a friend. Our last one was for a mom who has liver failure, and we gave her like $200 to go like get her nails done, go out to lunch. And we spent 5 hours in her house completely cleaning it as much as we possibly could, so that whenever she came home, she just felt like a weight lifted off of her, like a piece.
You know, I'm going to have to send my address to people. Come on out.
We need a hot Mom Express here.
Yeah, we do. Hot mom or hot
I do
mess?
too.
Oh,
hot mess.
Hot mess. You could be a hot mom too if you want.
A hot mess, not a hot mom.
So let me ask you, Jen. I know with having over 1 million TikTok followers, and when you go to when you post something or you've got something coming up, how does that look? Do you start getting like a ton of comments, or how does Jess plan with helping you with like her virtual assistant capabilities? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so I had gotten to the point where in the beginning you're reading every single comment and you're responding to every single comment because they're manageable at that point. And then there comes a point where it gets to be too much. Like for one person to be able to respond to everything is a lot. And like my emails were getting out of control. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back, that was the thing that said, I need some help, was that I had a message from the Today Show who wanted to do a special on the Hot Mess Express stuff. And I missed that message. And whenever I got back to them, like 3 weeks later, they were like, oh, we decided to go in a different direction and do a different story. Mm-hmm. And I was crushed because I was like, oh my gosh, this would have been such an amazing opportunity to spread this around. And I was like, I need some help. So I had made a TikTok post about, are there any, management companies or assistants or what, I don't even know where to begin. And so that's where it was actually Jess's sister-in-law who had commented saying like, oh, you need Jess Chattin. And so, then we kind of linked up and the rest is history.
Yeah. And we, I feel like, and I think Jen can agree with this, like we're going to be meeting for the first time ever today, like this afternoon. But I feel like we have been friends for like years. Mm-hmm. Like that's just how the relationship is. Like it's amazing.
Yep. I just told my husband last night, I said, I feel like you and I have had like this really strong friendship for a long time because Jess gets to know basically my most intimate self on the internet. So she gets to see all the messages and all the everything. She has unlimited access into my world. So for her to see all of that and still like me is just a miracle. So I am so, so grateful for her. And I'm so excited to meet her today.
I think I currently have 10 followers. I'm not sure. It's not very many. It's not very many. Well, that's because I did just start like the little I started doing TikTok, and I can't even say I do TikTok very well. I think I put up like 3 videos, and every time I try and do them, now Autumn, my events assistant, and also my daughter, I'll put that out there. She'll be like, no, you're doing it wrong. So I'm like, how do you do it wrong? Like I thought it was supposed to be just kind of off the cuff sort of stuff, but then I'll do something. She's like, you shouldn't have looked down. They can tell you're turning your phone off. And I'm like, I didn't know like you could cut the thing. So I have a lot to learn with TikTok, but I can't imagine ever having over 1 million followers, watching me kind of live my life.
The crazy thing is about, and as Jen said, and I'll reiterate it, is yes, I am in her life, like all areas of her life. And it's crazy the amount of people who reach out about things that you would never think. Like, it is just, it's crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I just, like I tell Jen, I'm like, really? This person asked you this? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I think.
I'm just going to leave that alone. Like, not see that.
Now, I did an interview the other day on our local TV for a job fair that we were hosting. And it was kind of weird because I was coaching softball, and one of the little girls in the bleachers, she was like, hey, I saw you on TV. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Because, you don't really think about people seeing you on TV. And I was like, yeah, that's because I'm fabulous. Like, I'm famous. What are you talking about? So what would you, as someone who kind of, like you were saying, you started off with a couple of followers and it just kind of blew up. What is something that you can tell others that maybe have kind of seen that same thing, or they're looking, what does that look like? Like how weird is that to have so many people kind of in your life, like seeing everything you do?
Yeah, it happened kind of like slowly, but yet all at once for me. So it was the first time I had somebody like recognize me outside of my world, was really crazy, to where I was like, oh wow, like these people don't know me, but they know me, this weird relationship, this parasocial relationship where I am sharing a lot about my life. These people know a lot about me and I know nothing about them. It's such a crazy experience to have whenever you mix it into real world, like if they meet you in person. But yeah, it was never anything that I intended to do. I wasn't like trying to learn the algorithm to like be famous. And, you know, I get a lot of people asking like, how do you do that? Like, I want to do that. How do you do it? And my biggest advice is just like to be your authentic self, because people can really, really tell whenever you are pretending or trying to be something that you're not. And so being able to speak on things that you know about and that you are passionate about is so obvious whenever people see you, you know? So, yeah, I guess just by showing the stuff that isn't pretty or isn't always cute or whatever, I guess that's what people kind of gravitated towards whenever they were seeing my stuff on the interwebs.
At the interweb. And people really resonate with real life. You know, she's not a cut behind the bush. Like she'll, you know, she's upfront and honest about all areas of her life. And I think that's something that really resonated with me, because we kind of had similar, you know, in our life and my family's life. And so, you know, it really resonated with me that, Jen and I were kind of similar in that aspect. So, you know, we're just two moms just trying to live our lives and take care of our families and do world. And, you know, here we are. So
I love that it's people are.
Yeah. And I've never really, what was that?
Keep going, Jen. Keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've never really understood like the kind of people who try to make there's, I guess, the things that they go through like to themselves are a secret, because I find that like healing for me from things is being able to help other people. And so if I share something that I'm struggling with, I know that there's other people who struggle with the same thing. So, and I talk about stuff that is not fun at all. So, I mean, like, my husband and I separated a few years ago, and then we reconciled. And, like, I talk about my binge eating disorder or my adult acne, and, how my kids watch a lot of screens and stuff. So things that people don't normally like advertise. And it's not that I'm advertising it. It's that I know that if somebody would have talked about those things for me whenever I was really struggling with them, that it would have been easier for me to cope with those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Actually, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air to hear somebody that has, you know, I think that's where a lot of mental health issues come from, because so many people are sitting there by themselves and they're trying to deal with it themselves, and they don't see that everyone is probably struggling with the same thing, but people are so proud they don't want to show it.
Yep. Exactly.
I just love that people are craving connection and they're craving authenticity. I mean, I think that's huge, and that you're really meeting that need that that people are wanting. So I think that's awesome.
So Jess was telling me that you also work with, I think it's your father, you were saying, with a program that comes out here to Smith Mountain Lake, the Wake the World.
Yes, absolutely. And it was so crazy that we found this connection.
So let me tell you how I found that connection real quick. So so I might have been like eavesdropping on Jen's messages, like just not really eavesdropping, just trying to catch up on her messages because she gets so many. And I was like, what in the world is Wake the World doing messaging Jen? Jen, of all people. And which is crazy because several years ago, I was involved in those organizations through my counseling stuff, like counseling with kids and everything. And so when I saw that Wake the World on her TikTok, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, okay, I need to ask Jen. And then I saw, and I was like, is that her dad? Like, I'm just trying to figure this out. And so go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, so just to catch everybody up, so Wake the World is my dad's nonprofit organization. He started it back in 2008, I think. And it's an organization that takes kids from children's homes and in foster care out for a day on the lake and teaches them to wakeboard, kneeboard, ski, tube, whatever they want to do. It's just like a day of fun that they might not normally get to have. Because being on the water and being in a boat, that's a really privileged thing to have happen. And, me and my sister, we grew up thinking that was totally normal. And so there was one day that my dad saw these kids that came to our church one time that were living in a children's home. And it kind of hit him like, I bet those kids have never been able to experience the things that our girls just think is normal. And so my dad said to my mom, we should take those kids for a day out on the lake. And my mom said, well, if you take one, you got to take all of them, meaning like that's never going to happen. And he did. He took all of them. So since then, it has grown to almost all the states. And they have different events that go on. And there's an event at Smith Mountain Lake. And apparently, Jess has been a volunteer there before.
Yep, I have. Guilty.
Small world.
Yeah.
And that's my dad.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
That's an amazing opportunity for those kids. I know. So I used to work in many years ago. I worked in the youth and family services field here in Bedford County. And, I had to work with foster kids and those coming through the system. And you're right. They don't have those opportunities that other kids do and you take for granted. Because I had, I had one that I asked him if he played sports and he looked at me and it was so sad. He was just like, no, I'm in foster care. I don't get the opportunity to play sports. Because so many don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it broke my heart, like literally. So, seeing organizations like that provide those services is so, it's heartwarming. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
one of the kids that came through through Wake the World had actually ended up being a state kneeboard champion, which was so cool to see. Like,
wow.
He really took off with it and he started competing and had such a good time.
Wow. That's neat to hear. And I love stories like that, that you see that come from things, like that. You get one small chance and then it just blossoms and it grows. So Jen, let me ask you, like, for those listening that are, tuned in today to Talk Local to Me or who may subscribe and listen to this even later. So how can they, if they want to follow you, what is the best way for them to do that? If they want to learn more about, your TikTok or the Hot Mess Express or any of those things, how do they go about doing that? I mean, not that you need more followers.
Yeah, so
but I'm just
my
saying.
main platform. I appreciate that. So my main platform is on TikTok, and if you type in Jen Hamilton, you'll find it. If you want to be like really specific, my name on there is Jen Hamilton, but with underscores around it. So _Jen with one N, _Hamilton _
Okay.
and it's the one with the blue check mark beside it. And then on Instagram, it's the same name on there. And if you are looking for me on Facebook, if you type in Jen Hamilton TikTok, you should be able to find me on there.
And just a little sneak peek, but so my other client who I've connected y'all with, but Adam Mullins is going to be working with her tomorrow. Jen and Adam and I have some big things coming up for Jen. So.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Jen, thank you for calling in today and talking with us and sharing what you do. And I hope you have a great trip out here and weekend with Jess.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
I'm super, super excited.
Me too.
Well, thank you again so much for joining us today.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Bye, Jen. Bye.
Bye.
So we are, coming to the end of the show today. And I think we've covered quite a bit from.
What a great show.
I think so. And if you're listening today for the first time, definitely we want you to subscribe to Talk Local to Me. You can find us on any platform, Spotify, your Apple, and I always forget the rest of them. So Woody, throw those out there. I think it's something.
And Woody is the owner?
Oh, yeah, good old Woody. Yes, I'm sorry. I haven't brought Woody in much today. Woody is the fabulous Watts Creative Studio and GroveStreet.fm, which is where you can also go, GroveStreet.fm, and pull up Talk Local to Me.
Nominated Rising Star.
That's right.
Nominated.
I was nominated too. Woody.
Yes, we'll put that on the billboard.
It's an honor to be
Thank
nominated.
you.
I hope Alicia doesn't
Yes.
hear that.
But
It's such an honor.
It's an honor to be
honor.
nominated.
I'm done here.
yes.
I'm done.
No, all major platforms. So really, wherever you listen to your podcast, that go there and search "Talk Local to Me," or you can go right to GroveStreet.fm, and I have you on the front page. You also have a show
Yes,
page.
you do.
You can, if you're like, what is a podcast? Well, first of all, we'll be happy to tell you. But then you can go there and listen as well.
And one thing I will mention is while we do talk to a lot of local businesses, we talk about local issues, but they are issues that are, issues that everyone in I think our country can also relate to when they're listening to business owners talk about, whether it's marketing, whether it's, different types of small business issues that they're having, whether it's financial, or just when we're talking to guests such as Jen that can talk about, her experiences and how she is, like being authentic. That's important, I think, for business owners right now.
I think with the closing, I think there's going to be a lot to come with Jen and her platform.
Yeah.
In this area, I think.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
So if you're listening in, make sure you subscribe to Talk Local to Me, and we will be back next Wednesday live from noon to 1.